Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are making this yummy jam filled cookies or biscuits. They are very soft and delicious. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, you are most definitely welcome, and to the returning subscribers, thank you. And please follow me on my Instagram at Cooking with ANZA. For this recipe, you are going to need 6 cups of cake wheat flour, 2 tins of condensed milk, although I showed one, I don't know why, and then 400 grams of margarine. If you want this to be softer, opt to use butter, and then some jam. You can use fillings of your choice, from chocolate to many other things actually. With some softened margarine. You really need to soften this so that it's easy to mix and make it into cubes. In that way it will be easier to incorporate into your flour. So I have just put that into the flour, and then now you have to rub it in until you have very fine, nice crumbles. Mix. I'm sort of just breaking them apart and then rubbing them in between my hands as though I am massaging the margarine into the flour. And then we are starting with the first tin of condensed milk. You must make sure that you add each tin at a time. Guys, condensed milk is a beautiful thing. It's so delicious. I really love condensed milk biscuits. And then now you just mix them into you just mix the condensed milk into the flour, mixing in very well. Once the first tin disappears, add the second tin of your condensed milk and then mix in until you form a dough. This dough is very sticky and very weird to work with. Don't worry, it's gonna stick onto your hands and look very ugly, but that's perfectly fine, because once you set it at room temperature, it is going to be hard. As you can see here, I am about to cut that dough. I just left it on my counter for a few minutes and it became firm and nice. So I'm just rolling it on a floured chopping board. And using a floured rolling pin, this will make sure that the dough doesn't stick to your surface and it doesn't stick onto your rolling pin. Once you have it rolled up nicely, you just want to cut it up, and the cookie cutter must also be coated in flour so that the cookie must not stick onto the cutter as well. And you really want to make them as thin as possible because we are going to sandwich them so that they are not too thick. I sprayed a baking tin with some non-stick oil, and then I'm just placing those cookies right there. You can put this dough back together, roll it and cut it. It's a very nice dough to work with. It's beautiful, guys. It's really beautiful. So now you just want to find anything circular to cut your lids open. So half of the cookies, you will cut them, you will have the centers open. I am using a pin to open up my circles. I had to cut multiple times because my pin was not big enough and the shape was weird, but we made it work. So you just find anything circular just to open up the centers of your lids. You can use a very tiny cookie cutter if you have that. I don't have a tiny cookie cutter, hence I opted for this pin. It's a piping bag nozzle, that's the correct name. So we are going to bake this at 180 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. These cookies bake really fast, and once they slightly turn golden, not too golden, you are going to remove them and they will be done. Like, they cook very fast because they are thinly rolled out. Please like, subscribe, and I love you guys very much. So for the filling, I used the very cherry jam. You can use any flavor of jam. I like this jam, it tastes like candy, so I prefer to put it in a piping bag. It just makes piping the jam into the cookies much neater. When I use a spoon, the jam just ends up everywhere, so the piping bag really helps with the precision and with neatness. So I just have it there. I'll squeeze it in, and then the cookies are done. As you can see, they are still very white because they're condensed milk biscuits, but I will soon show you at the bottom they're a bit golden. That's how you know that they're done, and they become a bit firm. So don't wait for them to be like brown. So I just grab the cookies and then pipe my jam. As you can see, jam is very weird. Imagine doing this with a spoon. Jam will be getting all over the place. So the piping bag really helps just put everything on very smoothly. And you also want to have a butter knife or a spoon or something just to make sure that everything goes on very well. As you can see, I'm going in with the butter knife just to smoothen things on the top, but you really don't have to be like very precise and whatnot. As long as they look yummy and taste yummy, you are good. Oh yeah, something that you couldn't see on camera, I had a cloth on the side. You need to be wiping your hands, because if jam is getting on your hands, you're just gonna make the cookies red all over. So you really need a cloth on the side to clean your hands in between the jam applications. That's about it. For fillings, you can use things like chocolate, Nutella, condensed milk itself, and then you can also sprinkle some sugar on top of your jam. Like, it's really versatile. So when I bake these cookies, half of them I'll fill them with jam and half of them I'll just leave them as condensed milk biscuits for people that don't really like jam. We are all done. These are better served the next day. You can cover them up and put them on inside the fridge. I mean, this will help them soften even more, and for the jam to sort of like incorporate with the rest of the cookie. They are really better served the next day and chilled. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. I love you very much, and thank you for watching.